Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the 5-day learning sprint, which I think is the best demonstration of the effectiveness of our methods. And the idea is that you're doing a year in 5 days, a year's worth of learning in just 5 days. And in essence, it's got 3 components. It's got the pre-test, where you assess the student's knowledge before they start. Then you're running the sprint for 5 days. And then you're doing a post-test. And let's go through all the steps in some more detail. Okay, so on day 1, what you're doing is you're unpacking the uncertainty. And this is very important. This is the scope of what you're going to do in the 5 days, the subject that you've got, the domain that you're playing around with. What is the key point there? What are we trying to achieve? Is it AS physics? Is it chemistry IB? What's the scope? What are all the resources that we'll have available? And what is the process for getting through the week? Right, the next day is about the facts, finding out the facts. What are the facts? What are the key words? What are the terms, the definitions? What is the vocabulary of the language of this subject? And it's very important to have the terms and definitions and laws and equations all down really well and learnt very, very well before you move on to the tricky concepts. And that's on day 3, when you get to the idea of assimilating the analogies. It's a bit like this. Oh, you know when you do blah, blah, blah. Well, this new thing is a bit like that. The fundament of teaching is going from what people already know to what people don't know yet, from the known to the unknown. And then you've got putting it all together with strategies that are going to enable you to solve the problems. So you've got the factual knowledge on day 2, and you've got the conceptual knowledge through the analogies on day 3. And day 4, it's about actually, can you do the procedures? Can you apply the strategies that are going to help you solve problems and answer questions? And then on the final day, it's actually the testing for truth. And this is like when you're building software, you do a success test to see if the software actually does the thing that you wanted it to do. So what we'll be doing in the first part of the final day is we'll be getting students to actually teach us back all the things that they've learned and rapidly go through as many different problems as possible before they do the final thing, which is the post-test. Now, what we're looking for in the pre-test is to accurately measure the starting knowledge. So we'll use a proper examination, and we'll do it under exam conditions, and it will be a written examination. And in the post-test, it'll be exactly the same format. And the idea is that we're measuring the finishing point accurately, the starting point accurately, and recording the improvement, the learning journey, the progress of the students in the 5 days. We could use AP Chemistry, AP Economics, IGCSE Physics, IB doesn't really matter. The concept of recording and documenting the whole process. We want to make a film that captures the energy, the experience, the techniques. It interviews students and teachers, and we get a real sense of what's going on. We get the testimonials of the whole experience. And of course, we've got the evidence. That's what it's all about. It's all about getting legitimate evidence. Now, you have the evidence from the tests, but what you'll also have is you'll have the evidence of the energy in the room through film. And that's it. That's the learning sprint, the 5-day learning sprint that we're using to demonstrate the effectiveness of the method.